just feel like one of the things that we had this week that we lacked last week was discipline and leadership. And I feel like, especially on the sideline, man, we had a couple of times where we had our backs against the wall, and like people like Cam Kelly, Power Echols, man, and Ced Gray, we had the defense come together. I'm like, listen, man, we can't focus on the scoreboard. It's all about us, man. Like I said last week, man, DWD, we got to do what we do. And we can't, like, this is about us and our plays and our time. Like, we can't worry about what's going on the other sideline. And I feel like once we establish that and we're able to lock in, man, it led to us not letting them score a single point in the fourth quarter. I mean, like, you can't get much better than that. So I feel like we had a way better performance today than we did last week.
The offense had 3 turnovers, and they had that failed fourth down at the 39, but you guys only gave up 3 points off that. What was the key in you guys keeping them from being able to take advantage?
Leadership. That's what we hark on, man. That's why we're so strict on our leadership council. That's why we're so strict on everybody just doing their 111. I feel like, man, just like our leadership has increased tremendously this year. And I feel like once we were in those situations and like when we got into when we go in those situations, and I feel like we were just able to like lock in and be like, all right, guys, listen, our backs against the wall. We got to be able to stop these guys from getting in the end zone. Everybody was on one accord. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody was technically sound. And I mean, of course, it's football, man. You're gonna have a little bit of shots. You're gonna have a little bit of runs that leak out every now and then. But overall, man, it's just I couldn't have been so proud of our defense, man. We really showed out today.
In the situations, would you say you guys had a different edge? Max said he thought he saw something a little bit different from you guys, perhaps maybe a little bit more of an edge in those situations.
Most definitely, and we had the biggest chip on our shoulder today. I feel like it was one of those things like we felt like we were embarrassed last week with App State, and that was unacceptable. That wasn't our standard. That's not what we do. And we were just hard on that the entire week. We focused on leadership. We focused on discipline. We focused on being technically sound. We focused on being physical all week long. And I feel like it showed today. And like, hey, the score shows.
Kaimon, when you're talking about leadership, could you feel it maybe breaking apart a little bit? Because it looked like some guys got mad on the sidelines. There might have been some arguing. Like, did you feel it? You guys sort of stretching, to hold on to this thing.
Hey, I mean, on defense, we got a lot of big dogs on the team, man. And the thing is, it's like it's not gonna always be sunshine and rainbows on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? We're always gonna be bumping heads every time. And like when situations like that hit, man, like when there's a little bit of stretch, that's when you bring everybody together. That's when you take that opportunity. When you feel something that's so divided happen, you got to bring everybody back together. You got to make sure you got to be like, all right, guys, listen, we can't be doing this. We can't be pointing fingers. We can't be doing this. And I feel like that's when we really harped on that. And I feel like once we got everything under control after that, that's when we were like, all right, we're gonna be solid because if we can take care of, if we can turn chaos and if we can take a crisis and turn it into something positive, that's when you'll make your best defensive plays.
So crisis management. I mean, sorry, CEO, just to follow up with that. Was it Power that was bringing those guys together? Who was critical in those moments on the sideline to sort of calm everybody down?
Pretty much everybody, man. But I will give a shout out to our 2 inside linebackers, Ced Gray and Power Echols, man. They are those are some guys that bring the intensity to our defense every single week, day in and day out. Honestly, man, it's just like if we did not have their energy on the sideline, it would be very difficult to come out of a situation like we did. But just shout out to those 2, man. I feed off their energy, man, especially Power, just getting everybody together, man, making sure that we're all on the same page, we're not divided. Ced Gray just being who he is, man. He's always on 10 every day, every week, man, making sure that he's gonna make his plays and also make sure everybody else is in the same place. So those 2 guys, man, they really know they have a good niche for crisis management. So I couldn't thank them enough.
Did y'all even talk about the X's and O's of it, or was it just about having people calm down and not finger point and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we had to get everybody together because the thing is, you can't focus on the X's and O's if you can't focus on yourself. So I feel like that was one of the things that we had to harp on. If there was people that were getting a little flustered, man, we had people that were like getting a little frustrated over what was happening. We had to tell everybody, listen, man, we're going to have our playbook. We're going to have our plays. We're going to have these certain types of formations that we're going to see. But if you can't get locked in mentally, then you're not going to be able to do your job. You're not going to be able to do your 111. So I feel like the biggest thing for us was to get our emotions together, make sure, like, hey, man, we still got ball left. Don't worry about what just happened. Like, when they drove it all the way down the field, they scored a touchdown in the second quarter, we had to make sure, like, listen, man, do not worry about that. Let's focus on us. Do what we do. Don't worry about anything else that's happening.
What is
that zero in the fourth quarter just a beautiful sight? Simply just a beautiful sight to look at.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially for any defense. It doesn't even have to be ours. Like just any defense, just for us to shut out an offense from scoring anything in one quarter, and especially in the fourth quarter, you can't write up anything better. So I mean, like, of course we're happy, man. There's a lot of things we still need to improve. We're not perfect. We didn't do everything that we were supposed to do in a lot of situations, but hey, man, we're 3-0. Hey, at the end of the day, it don't matter. We're 3-0 now.
what does 3-0 mean?
We got to roll, guys.
You get one in?
Get one.
What does 3-0 mean to you in the manner that you guys have gotten here?
We still got a lot of work to do. We can't be complacent. 3-0 sounds good. We're going to celebrate it today, man. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. But the thing is, we got to keep on chopping. This is not the end of it. We still got a lot of games to go, and I feel like we can definitely deliver as the year goes on.